Hey, good evening. Seems like I'll be able to get in some streaming for Spirited Justice tonight, so figured I'd get started on that third chapter. And from the looks of it, I saw the image for it briefly, and it looks like we're not going to be finding about Apollo Justice's backstory quite as quickly as we wanted, so we're going to have to switch back over
Wakey,
to...
wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries compared to... Huh?
Okay then. Temple. Another fine day in the kingdom of Khura'in. It's so peaceful here. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. Sure was a rough start. Yeah, you can say that again. Now, to do what I came here to do. See, Maya, her long ascetic training is finally coming to an end. But before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Mr. Wright. Hapiraki. Hey, Albie, Hapiraki. Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Khura'in. I don't know about that, but I guess all that practicing is paying off. You've gotten used to life at the temple. I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me. Yes, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Khura'in. Hats off to you guys. I don't know how you do it. And today's a special day full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content. I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So what makes today so special anyway? I mean, you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year. That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. Or what her role in it is. So what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite? What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite. I hope it doesn't involve writing in a book. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role. Wow, that's really something. It really is, helping out such an amazing person. It's been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life. So, who is this Lady Kira you mentioned? How can I explain? Once upon a time, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, there was a female warrior who fought valiantly to establish... Okay, let me stop you right there. Is something wrong? No, it's just... I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell. Whew, dodged a bullet there. Oh right, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the right with this. An English guidebook. Where did you dig this up from? I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it. Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See, there's her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. Yeah, it's not like she's going to need it or anything. I can already see how this is going to go wrong. So I should already be at the site where the rite is to take place. It's hard to read what it says at the top. Oh, okay. Where's her... Eh. Let's go to the Plaza of Devotion. I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold though. I think I can handle it. A lot more tourists this year than last, and your tour guide business must be booming. It is. But I have more important things to do right now, namely, helping you, Mr. Wright. I think I'll tip him a little extra for his help later. Let's head over to where the purification rite will be held. What sort of rite is it? We'd wind up missing a whole day of the rite if I were to explain it. In that case, I think I'll just go see it for myself. And of course... Wow, what a beautiful badge! It's the attorney's badge we use in my country. Kinda looks like a sunflower to me. Yep, and I'm pretty sure there's even a reason for it. Please do explain, Mr. Wright. Maybe next time. Should know he'd ask me to explain. Is this some sort of new... No, it's... never mind. Examine stuff? No, then, since they're letting me stay here. Let's see. May there be a slightly softer futon tonight. And may tomorrow's breakfast be a little bigger. Wow, I'm impressed by your prayerful heart. Prayer is at the heart of Koreanism, is after all. May the Holy Mother's blessings be upon you. Oh, thanks. Now I feel kind of bad. It's a really gorgeous spring. You have an excellent eye for beauty, sir. It's the guiding waters, the centerpiece of our temple tour. It's a sacred pathway for people's Mutama, so don't ever wade into it. Why? What would happen if I did? I don't think we should even be talking about this. Just don't go into it, okay? It's the worst that could happen. But we're okay for now, right? As long as we stay out of the water. I mean, Phoenix. I feel like you're not in a place where you should be asking what's the worst that could happen. There's one more thing. Those buildings over there. Those are training halls. Monks continuously undergo rigorous training there, day in and day out. You could try it out for a day if you'd like. They do really interesting stuff, like meditating while standing on their heads. That's really okay, Albie, thanks. Alright. It's so cold. It's like the air itself is made of ice. Look at all these people. Oh, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is. Devoted, right. Couldn't they just as easily do all this praying someplace warmer? This, too, is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower. Further up, at the end of those stairs, is the inner sanctum. see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious. Of course we are. After all, Khura'in is also known as the land of prayer. It said that we Khura'inese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer. That seems like a lot. 15? From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. See all the square flags around here? Known as prayer flags. Contain the prayers of our people. Oh, he's talking about these colorful strips of cloth. There's something written on each one. Such piety is the glory of our people, and I'm afraid that story's going to have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now. Oh yeah, you're right. Can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Pardon me, O noble traveler.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
Who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya, Happy-Raki. Happy-Raki, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright, may the Holy Mother guide you on your journey. Oh, thanks. Long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act? Yeah, you can say that again. Okay, so she hasn't changed that much. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Khura'in village back home. Or maybe Khura'in. I don't know if they're pronounced the same. She's also my assistant for quite some time. But that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count. Sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. law offices. Now she's here, training to be the leader of Khura'in village and the master of her craft. Apparently, to become the master of the Khura'in channeling technique, you have to train here in Khura'in, since this is where the technique originated. That just sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now. Too bad that's about all I learned from all the training I did. You haven't changed a bit, Maya. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? She may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside she's the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that. I heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh? Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story. I was the accused. You should have seen Mr. Wright in action. He was amazing. That was another one of your famous seat-of-your-pants come-from-behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times. Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, so sue me. You haven't changed a bit either, Nick. Ouch. It definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So I guess you've finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right? Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Would have thought that would have ended up spelling something, but I guess not. Yep, I've completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home once I perform the purification rite today. So I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites. Well, the High Priest's wife usually conducts it each year, but with her baby on the way, it's just more than she can handle. So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year. Well, you may not know all of their customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great. You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm gonna be the best Lady Kira, guardian deity ever. Why do I imagine her thinking of this as like a Steel Samurai episode? You're throwing a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. So about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today, what exactly are we talking about here? Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of them back home. He's a real person who fought to establish the Kingdom of Khura'in a long, long time ago. Wow, so she actually existed. And now the kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. At least she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies. Sounds like something you'd be into. I know, right? Who would want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right, whatever floats your boat. Still, Lady Kira must be a really popular deity if all these people are here for her. Yep, but there's more to it than just her popularity this year. There's more? So why is this rite attracting such a large crowd this year? Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Let me explain. A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared, just like in the legends. She began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left. You're kidding, right? They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the Revolutionary Dirk, too. So Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disrupt the peace. I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life. I didn't believe it at first, either. But there's a real picture of her on the front page of today's newspaper. Sightings of her go back about 2 years, but this is the first actual picture of her ever be taken. Can't believe someone was able to actually capture her on film. But couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like you, Maya. You mean like a cosplayer? These rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. Think some regular cosplayer can take on people like that dressed in a costume alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. Gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed the sacred robe or something. Spirit possessing a piece of clothing? Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? She still does the pouty face. Just jealous that I'm still young at heart. I've got a real office to run now, so I've got to keep it real, right? I don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me. Now I'm kind of wondering if Maya ever actually saw him in his hobo face. You really lost your edge since I last saw you. Those spikes of yours have grown really dull, and there's even one that's drooping. I don't know, I think that one actually kind of looks good on him. Can you leave my hair out of this? Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira people have been spotting is the real deal. Besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know? I can't believe you really buy all that. Although, I wonder who's under that robe. But Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. We're calling it the Kira bun. Talk about a Kira business strategy. Come on, Maya. Just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already. I guess the jig is up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I have returned in this lovely young lady's body. What? Only a minion of the Defiant Dragons can see through my disguise. Now, feel my wrath, foul lawyer. Yeah. Ow! Mr. Wright. Just kidding. I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the right today. There's no way I could ever beat up one of those rebel types. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook she just threw. Oh, you were just trying to be funny. You really had me going there for a second. No one can be that naive, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed playing superhero with the right today. Ooh, when you put it that way, I'm even more hyped about it now than I was already. I hear the sound of the High Priest's footsteps. I better get going. His footsteps? Turn to the right. He wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? I'll see you later. I doubt they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you, Maya. Maya's always so bright and cheerful. Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. As in, at all. Or if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not. Ah, it's Acolyte Zealot. Acolyte Zealot? Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. He's a disciple of the High Priest, Abbot Inmi, and lives and trains at his house. No, for once it's a joke I don't get. See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle? Yeah, I could never do that. It's Abbot Inmi. The purification rite is about to begin. That's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. Okay, so that's that guy. Oh, I see. Huh. Oh, they're not tied together, they're separately on each ankle. I see. Looks almost exactly like what that figure in the newspaper photo is wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it. Please, sir, it's not a good idea to stare like that. You could be struck blind. Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, those bells on the High Priest's ankles. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be. Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer post like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother. Okay, let's see. First, I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward. Ouch. Great, all I can see is the ground, and my back is killing me. Really should have trained for this, sir. Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to stay like this, Albie? Right requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow. That's 2 whole days. I don't feel so. Mr. Wright, are you okay, sir? Somebody help! Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, please, you have to get up. Ugh, ouch, my aching. Albie, where are we? The High Priest's house at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion. For once, it's Phoenix that ruins things. Oh no. I guess I passed out from that back pain. It must have carried me all the way here. Something terrible's happened. It's Miss Maya. She's... Oh, just follow me to the Plaza of Devotion. It must have happened while I was passed out. Miss Maya's... She's been arrested! I guess I should have expected this. Oh, hey, it's the picture of that guy in the back. What? Where's Maya? Just take it easy, alright? But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong. You can talk all you want back at the station. Let me go. Maya, Nick, I didn't kill him. I swear I didn't. Quiet, you. Come along peacefully or suffer the consequences. Wait a second. What on earth is going on? I don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way... Hey, back off, officer. Emma? What's she doing in Khura'in? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright, but we're placing Maya under arrest. How are you here? Alright, take her down to the station, but with respect. Got it? Yes, ma'am. Nick! What? Did you also just get here? What's happening? What are you doing in Khura'in, Emma? It's a long story. Anyway, what are you doing in Khura'in, Mr. Wright? Same here, it's a long story, but we can get it caught up later. Right now, I need to know what happened. Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest. Wait, the High Priest was murdered? What happened, Emma? Please, tell me everything you can. Basically, there was a murder during the rite as it was being performed last night. The victim is... And there it is. Trust in me, the High Priest who was presiding over the rite. Wait, hold on. Last night? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite? That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain. Oh. Not getting any younger. My back's like a ticking time bomb. Better take better care of it. The murder took place at the inner sanctum where the rite was being held. Inner sanctum. It's the place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined. It's through that gate over there and up the top of the mountain, just stairs just beyond. Oh, so that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction. Abbot Inmee and Miss Maya went up to the inner sanctum to begin the rite. Just after they finished the prayer, you fainted in the middle of. So, who do you think killed the High Priest? Unfortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the inner sanctum was off limits to the general public. So then only the High Priest and Maya could have been there when the murder occurred? Right, plus the inner sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is the stairway that starts here at the Plaza of Devotion. So that's why she's been arrested. Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one who told the worshippers in the plaza that the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect. So she was the first one to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. It makes it even less likely that someone else was there at the crime scene. Mr. Wright, sir, are you going to defend Miss Maya? Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone. Yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed. But this is really something else, huh, Mr. Wright? I mean, who'd have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again? Tell me about it. Never thought I had to go through another trial. Whether the divination seance determines all and defense lawyers are unwelcome. So, what brings you here, Emma? Back in the US, I was working a case with an international prosecutor from Khura'in. He told me this is where I could see the latest techniques in international forensic science. Can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It's like we've gone back in time. Yeah, I can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far. Then again, there are a number of times where the police work back home wasn't exactly great either. Still, he said he takes on cases from around the world, so maybe next time you'll have one in a major city somewhere. Sounds like this prosecutor has taken a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas. I wonder. He's calm and kind and almost always has a smile on his face. But it's hard to tell what he's really thinking. This international prosecutor, is he the one who handled Trucy's case? Yes, he is. Take it he'll be the prosecutor on this one, too. Yes, Prosecutor Sudmati's already been assigned. Prosecutor Sudmati? Polkunka? You know him, Albie? Of course, everyone in Khura'in does. He's a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. You go up against Prosecutor Sudmati, you'll incur the Holy Mother's wrath. It's my job to, as a lawyer. Oh, right. Sorry. Which is great. Prosecutor is also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. This trial's shaping up to be even more uniquely Khura'inese than the last one. Not sure I should be saying this, but he's a formidable opponent. Yeah, I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I'd better give it everything I've got. Anyway, glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here. Come to think of it, Prosecutor Sudmati mentioned something to that effect. Not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can. Really? Are you sure you aren't going to get in trouble for helping the enemy? He did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in that last trial. Let's just say I'll help where I can. Thanks, but don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Sadmati sounds pretty strict. So, first things first, let's start with this. Hot off the press, it's the High Priest's autopsy report. Blood loss from an abdominal wound delivered by a bladed weapon. Seems pretty straightforward. Bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. Wound appears to have been inflicted by the Warbod dagger used in the right. May 10th, 2 to 3 a.m. I had to sneeze. Oh, here's something else. What ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum of the Plaza Devotion until yesterday is melted. Right now, go on as planned. Interesting. Asking the Kingdom's subjects to be on the lookout for a male insurgent who escaped from Royal Penitentiary number 4 yesterday. I'm sure that won't be a coincidence. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's Warbod dagger. It's used during the rite, however, the dagger has yet to be found. Kira's dagger, huh? Maya mentioned something about a dagger. Isn't that rebel hunter posing as Lady Kira also armed with a dagger? Of course, hers must be a replica, right? Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma? The police have already wrapped up their investigation. The location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure. Oh, please, I'm begging you. Just like the police, I need access if I'm to mount a viable defense. Alright then. Leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Sadmati and the police later. Thanks, Emma. You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step. Wait, you're not coming with me? Oh no, I'm not climbing up there again. No way. Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it. You get to go to the inner sanctum? Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright. Why don't you join me, Albie? That's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot in there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity. Because the inner sanctum is off limits for you, huh? Oh well, guess I'll just have to face this all by my lonesome. By the way, what about all the people still praying here? Aren't they going to go home? Customs of this rite require that they not move from the spot until tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't faze them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops. Wow, I guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? I mean, congrats on your return to the legal world. I wanted to congratulate you sooner, but I never had the chance. Thanks, Emma. Congratulations to you, too, on becoming a forensic investigator. Heh, thanks. Oh, I know. Let's celebrate by dusting your attorney's badge for fingerprints. Or how about we do a luminol test on it? I think I'll pass on both, but thanks. It's been ages since you presented evidence to me. Remember when we worked that one case together? I seem to recall a thin layer of fingerprint powder on every piece of evidence then. Well, I guess they get that way from time to time now, too. As enthusiastic as ever, huh, Emma? It's been ages since you know, okay. The victim's name was Trust in Me. He bled to death from a stab wound in the abdomen. And the killer, at the moment, our only suspect is the person who was with the victim at the time. In other words, Maya. Wow, even with the murder, all these people are still here praying. You're so into it, they wouldn't notice anything you did to them. You mean like taking their fingerprints? Huh? Oh, who would ever do something like that? Emma, you didn't. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Bobby said these are called prayer flags, and the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Now, if I were to pray for something, it would be for me to not get dragged into any more trouble than I already have been. That's probably a thing worth hoping for. It's a befitting gate for the path to the inner sanctum. It's apparently considered a sacred object to the people of Khura'in. I wasn't even allowed to dust it for prints. So even applying a little fingerprint dust to it would be sacrilegious, huh? I guess so. But I applied some luminol on it instead when no one was looking. Emma! Sounds like an invitation for the Holy Mother to strike you down later, Emma. Alright, well. As fun as this reunion has been. Ooh, there's also the detention center. You know what, I'm gonna stop by there first. Although she may still be questioned, so yeah, she's still being questioned. I'll just have to come back again later. Why does that guard keep eyeballing me? Can't let him get to me. Can't let him get to me. Ah, he's doing it again. There's a bell here. I wonder if it's for calling the guard. Don't do that unless you need something, you lawyer. Sorry, I didn't even get to say anything. I feel like there should be... I feel like there's something missing here. There should be something I should be able to click on. Can't think of what, though. Oh well. It's really high up. Really cold. What did I do to deserve this? At least I made it, but it gets started while I can still feel my fingers. Who's that? Kinda looks like... I think I know who that is, and I'm not sure I want to talk to them. And it looks like I'm not going to have a choice. Ah, boy. Excuse me. Ah, it's you. Do you even know where you are? Barbed head? Of course I do. That's why you're here, your benevolence. I came to pray for the High Priest's soul. What are you doing here? This is one of the most sacred spots in Khura'in'ism. Unscrupulous lawyers such as you have no business being here. I'm not unscrupulous. Quiet. You dared to find fault with my insights at every turn the other day. She's still sore about that trial. As you know, your benevolence, a murder has occurred, and I need to investigate. But we know the killer is one of your own. In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she is a serious student of spirit channeling who came here to study. So can't you at least give her a chance to explain what happened? All practitioners from overseas are big phony balonies. Gotta remember, she's 14. As much as she tries to be serious, she's still a teenager. Crane used to take on all sorts of cases together. Finally achieved her dream. Alright, so... Your wish to train in the homeland of spirit channeling is but a bid for prestige. Seems like nothing I say will convince her otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on her impression of foreigners. As the defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene. I need to do it now. I've even been authorized by the police, so... What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our sacred Hall of Justice once more? No, I simply want to defend my client. Which means you have come to forge evidence, then. I knew all lawyers were criminals. I must now redouble my vigilance. Ouch, that's unfair. Taught you to demonize a whole group of people anyway. My mother and father, do you have an issue with their parental guidance? No, I would never dare criticize the royal couple. Still can't imagine what the lawyers here must have done to garner such hatred. Oh. I just had the most wonderful idea, Barbed Head. Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in her eye? So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours? If you are to investigate this murder, then I shall oversee your every move so as to prevent any misdeeds, naturally. What? You want to follow me around the entire time? Of course, not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections. Understood? She can't do this to me. I mean... as long as she doesn't interfere, who cares? Was that Barbed Head? Oh, no, it's nothing. Very well, then. Let us get this investigation over with. Mustn't stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary. Please don't rush me. It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, Barbed Head. I am a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, you see, who guides the people of Khura'in. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira bears. Blood of battle? Is that big of a problem? Why don't you head on down now? I won't do anything, I promise. No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now, make haste that we may leave here soon. Oh, and one more thing. What now? Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune, but this time my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat most bitter, lawyer. I will. Now I can get on with my investigation. As long as you know where we stand. I'd better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind. Could you tell me about this place, Your Benevolence? I have nothing to say to you, lawyer. Is that because you don't actually know much about it? You ill-mannered. I am the crowned princess of Khura'in. There's nothing I do not know. Nena. Whoa, where'd she come from? She just zipped up the mountain. Hey, no cheating. Silence, Barbed Head. Nena's knowledge is my knowledge. End of discussion. What is she, your pocket internet? I mean, if we can have phones that access the internet, she can have a pocket Nena. Spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body of the blood of battle. Today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origins back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in this sacred water lends one courage for the next battle. I see. Thank you for that excellent explanation. Commoners are normally barred from here, except for the day of the rite. Who normally controls the access to this place? The High Priest and his family are responsible for that. The High Priest and his family, huh? Could you tell me about the High Priest and his family? Abbot Inmi lived with his wife and his disciple, Acolyte Perez a lot. Zealot. It's a double pun. a young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border. Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually plays the role of Lady Kira? Yes, but as she is with child, the role was appointed to someone else. The killer no doubt offered to stand in as she saw it as a chance to slay the High Priest. No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in. Then that braggart must have embellished her qualifications. I'm really not sure how she could. Besides, why didn't you stand in for the High Priest's wife, then? Did I not tell you before? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira is forbidden to me. For those descended of Her Holiness must not defile their bodies with the blood of battle. Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and Acolyte Zealot later, too. Zealot? Zealot? Who knows? Alright. So, there's where the body is. Let's start at the top and work our way down. What amazing wall paintings. This is Lady Kira. You see that red mark upon her brow? That is the character for death in Kura-Yunis. It is a mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our bodies, each with a different meaning. Interesting. Come to think of it, you have marks on your face, Benevolence. So did the High Priest. The High Priest's marks are those of a monk, while mine are a royal priestess. All members of the Kura-Yunis clergy have such marks upon them. The shape and location of the marks vary in accordance to conditions like status and age. And all records about them are kept at Temple. So it's kind of like a national ID registry, huh? I guess that's one way of putting it. Is that a weapon in her hand? Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger, the very same one used in the rite. It's made to resemble a warbod, the bird Lady Kira fashioned herself after. Huh. So that dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life. If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, you need but ask. I get the feeling she's going to be super relevant to this case. I should definitely ask the princess for more details later. Okay. This mountain face is like a towering wall. Characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean. There's a prison at the apex of this mountain. The prison is up there? Really? That seems like not a great place to put your prison. Is right on top of your holy site. It is said that Lady Kira laid those she defeated to rest atop this mountain, so that their souls would not spawn evil spirits. Feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. And the fact that it's a prison just makes it worse. Didn't we say that a prisoner escaped shortly, just not that long ago? Yeah, I'm not liking how this is going. Lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out details from this angle. Take a closer look when I'm in a better spot. Oh, okay. Same for this one. The lantern, and it's still lit. Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns here have burned for centuries. Anyone who extinguishes even one of them would be put to death immediately. So that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, I'd better keep my distance, just in case. So the moon and these lanterns are the only sources of light up here that night. The rite is performed by the light of the full moon because moonlight is a purifying force. I see. No touching. I wasn't going to. Take a closer look, shall we? Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robe? Oh, holy mother, Lady Kira's robe is... I know how you feel, but we should leave it as is to preserve the crime scene. You imbecile, this is the actual robe Lady Kira once wore. It is? What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years. Enough. If I say it's the actual robe, it is the actual robe. The foul murderer shall not get away with this. It's tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed on the ground like this, though. Even looks like it's been mended a number of times. This robe kind of smells. How dare you insult such a piece of clothing like that? No, I meant that it smells like incense. Oh, I see. The scent you detected is from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robe. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with sacred incense. It still smells like incense now. The scent must have been much stronger last night when the victim was killed. It's stained red by the High Priest's blood. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. What's that from? An old legend. Wait, does that mean the rebel hunting Lady Kira in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. Whoa, this is blood. This is a statue of a warbod, the bird on which Lady Kira based her appearance. All of this blood is from the High Priest, huh? He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace. Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. There's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. Yeah, something weird here, because, like, okay, looks like this is where he fell. And maybe this is where the killer was? But then why is all the blood over here? There's also something over here. Blood-stained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter, perhaps. But it's written in Koreanese, so I can't read a lick. Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be... This is simply impossible to read. Wait, what is it? This stamp in the lower right, it's the mark of those insurgents, the Defiant Dragons. The rebel group? What's it doing here? There's some kind of a connection between the High Priest and the rebels? Looks like that about does it for this area. This isn't closer? Okay. Something hanging off the ritual curtain there. These look like those prayer flags down the Plaza of Devotion. Except they are arranged like no prayer flags I've ever seen. How so? All of these flags have been sewn together. Hey, you're right. It's like they're one big banner now. There's something written on a piece of it. Donated by Trust Inmi. It seems this piece is from a donation Abbot Inmi made at some point. On the right, the inner sanctum is fully enclosed by this ritual curtain, making this case something of a locked room mystery. Yeah, but I mean... it doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to get over the wall. Plus, there's literally a prison above us. Purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world. Oh, so the inner sanctum is like her private bathroom. Indeed, so see to it that you keep it clean. This flap in the center acts as the ritual curtain's door, but that's about it. Eek! And what was that shrill scream for just now? It's just, I'm afraid of heights. I had noticed it as I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down, I guess that flight of stairs from the Plaza of Devotion really is the only way up or down. It's over here. Must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. It's like the perfect perch for taking a peek over that curtain. Well, up I go. Wow, what an incredible view. It almost boggles the mind. Get down from there this instant. Right, sorry. I'll be right down. Don't really see anything useful from this side, though. It's like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up in the top of that mountain. I guess that confirms that the stairs from the Plaza of Devotion are the only way up here. Better go take a closer look. This lantern is damaged. The wind guard is completely broken. Damaged? Was this your doing? No, I didn't even touch it. I mean, we did just point out a rock, but it's a bit too far away. I requested it be repaired when we are finished here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored. I'll be back to take a look, you'll see. Nothing particular. Oh. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the rite? On the day before the rite, the temperature in this area plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost. To be the elevation, it wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. The snow has obviously been cleared away here, and the lantern is broken. I still have that camera I brought to take pictures of my trip. I should snap one of this area here, just in case. Nothing else particularly interesting here. Statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at now. Look, the bird's missing its... Oh, it's missing its eye. I feel sorry for the poor fella. You the one who took it? Of course not. The statue's been here for ages. I suppose some damage is to be expected. Shall ask my mother to have it repaired. No wonder there are no lawyers left. I'd leave too if I were always treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. It seems like it's about everything. Ah. So, could you tell me more about this Lady Kira? As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance is all but unavoidable. Whatever happened to you need but ask. Nena. Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister. But unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits. However, it is said that none could equal her skill with the dagger. Dagger? Well, this became relevant fast. Holy Mother guides our souls, and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger. Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe and concealed her face as her sister did. Okay, but who is she fighting against? Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now is no different. Our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by that insurgent Dirk. So Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh? So what's with the bird imagery? Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbod. There's a fearsome bird that is unique to Khura'in. I see. And what about the recent rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Who do you think she is? I've heard about her, but I have yet to ascertain the truth. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely, a patriot. So even Princess Rayfa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, huh? That about does it for the inner sanctum. Should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know that I'm done. After all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this place. I mean... What is that badge you bear? It's a sunflower pin. They're quite popular in my country. It is rather cute, I must say. Actually, it's just my attorney's badge. Oh? So you mean it would have actually been worth more as a cheap accessory? My profession is worth more than $1.20, you know. What did this say again? Adama for your... Ugh, get that thing away from me. Alright, I'll just put it away then. I told you to put it away. How am I to inspect it if you do that? Keep it out, put it away. You should make up her mind. That's probably gonna be it. Wow, they're still praying. The religious devotion of our people is the pride of our kingdom. Come what may, they will continue to pray until tomorrow afternoon. Well, I will say this level of devotion is certainly to be respected. Now to find Emma. You there, wait. I want to ask you something. Okay. Do you know me? And do I know you? Well, I'm Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. I'm a lawyer. No! I want to know if you know who I am. Larry? Should I know? I've never even seen you before. The guy's acting really strange. I wonder if he has amnesia or something. Oh no, it can't be. Have trouble remembering who you are? Sorry if I offended you. Whew, thought he was gonna pull a weapon on me. I mean, the more he does this, the more it seems like it's Larry. He's pulling some snack out one after another. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. I know it's something important. Do you know this man or something, Barbed Head? No, I just said I've never seen him before, didn't I? Are you Lady Kira? You know of Lady Kira, then you are Khura'inese, I take it. Chomp chomp. Maybe? Wait, are those lizards he's eating? What, you want one? No thanks, I stayed. Now I remember, get a load of this. Well, what? I believe he suffers from a far more serious malady than mere memory loss. No good, huh? Guess I'll try somebody else. Who was that man, and what did he want, Barbed Head? I mean, was this supposed to be some kind of, like, rebel sign or something? I wish I knew. Hey, Mr. Wright. What now? What's wrong? I didn't surprise you that badly, did I? Oh no, it's nothing. Actually, I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you to investigate the crime scene. Hope it wasn't too much trouble getting my investigation of the Inner Sanctum approved. Oh, it was fine. Prosecutor Sathmati gave his okay straight away. Seems like a rather fair-minded prosecutor. Said that you would probably give up once you saw the crime scene for yourself. And that moving on before the trial began would be the smart thing to do. He must be feeling really confident about his case. Well, just so you know, I have no intention of giving up. I figured. That's why I prepared a little gift for you. Thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. Wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport. Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy. Also, I made a copy of the crime scene photo for you. Thanks. All this will definitely come in handy. So this is what the High Priest's body looked like after the murder. So, yeah, he got stabbed there. There is also a sharp point right there. So if we're gonna have blood going everywhere, that, yeah, but it's not actually bloody itself. So this might be where the luminol comes in handy. Keep this along with the picture I took of the crime scene. Oh yeah, they're done questioning Maya. Really? I should go pay her a visit then. Well, Maya, she must be feeling pretty lonely. Should let her know that I'll be defending her too. Oh shoot, look at the time. I have to get going. Sure seem busy. That's because his ephemeral holiness is a real slave driver. His ephemeral holiness? Prosecutor Sathmati. It's like the world's hardest riddle wrapped in a flowy sash. Keep wondering if it's just a clash of cultures type of thing, you know? Like, he'll ask the most insane things of me without batting a single long eyelash of his. This Prosecutor Sathmati sounds like he's used to holding some serious clout. Why do I have such bad luck with prosecutors? First was the glimmerous fop. Now that I'm finally rid of that grating, blang-loving Europhile, I get this guy. Oh no, now I'm really going to be late. Probably make me listen to one of those really long sutras again. See you later. He makes her listen to sutras? Sounds like Emma's got it pretty rough too. She does not appreciate Prosecutor Sathmati's sutras? What ingratitude. Appears that she, too, is lacking in religious devotion. I don't think that's what the problem is here. Besides, Emma's not even a Kurayanist. That man we just met, he seemed quite suspicious to me. Don't tell me he's an acquaintance of yours. Not everyone who's suspicious is friends with a lawyer or vice versa, you know. For example, I have many upstanding friends and acquaintances, like a chief prosecutor. Well, as long as your friends are free from the taint of corruption. They are, and not everything is about good and evil. You going to speak with that woman? If you mean Maya, then yes, there's something I need to talk to her about. Something like a jailbreak? And how exactly could we do that with you and a guard watching us like hawks? Hey, kiddo. Nick, I knew you'd come. Oh yeah, she sure looks tired. How are you holding up? It wasn't me. No one will believe me. So apologies if the sirens are coming through. I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. Who would have thought you'd get caught up in something like this, and so far from home? I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together. This is all my fault. I mean, you came to Khura'in just to visit me. I hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens. I haven't seen her this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now. Phoenix! Guess you're right. And you've saved me each and every time. Yep, so just tell me everything you can and let's go from there. Barbed Head, stop stalling and go straight to the matter of true import. We know she is the murderer, therefore it is time for her confession. Your benevolence, what brings the royal priestess to a place like this? I am watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess to your crime. Please, your benevolence, could you please take it down a notch, or 3? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help. Sure, okay. I didn't kill the High Priest. I wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Inmee was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. How could I ever kill someone like that? Sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him. It was so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. And his wife was a master of Kurayanese cuisine. I've never eaten better in my life. It's like they were her family and home away from home in this foreign land. It must have been a source of comfort, what with being here for training all alone. But what? I can't completely deny the charge either. Huh? As I suspected, the snake has shown her true colors at last. Your benevolence, please. I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So, what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge? Well, during the purification rite, I suddenly got really, really sleepy. The next thing I knew added in me was, you know... You suddenly got sleepy? So then you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered? No, I didn't, but if I was possessed by some crazed spirit while I was asleep, then... What an excuse. How dare you pin your crime on another person's soul? Be honest, what you call training is but an extended vacation in reality. And that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. I'm training to become the master of the Kurain channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as you become a channeling master? I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you. Rafa seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. You should let Rafa know. Your benevolence, I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because she can already... Wait, Nick. What? Can I talk to you for a second? Why is she whispering all of a sudden? I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay? If you say so. What's that all about? What is all that whispering about over there? Oh, it's nothing, really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around. I almost forgot. Nick. Yes? About Abbot Inmee's murder, there was something I noticed that I thought strange. Oh? So what was it you noticed? Well, you probably won't believe me, but why don't you let me be the judge of that? Okay, so you know that spring? The spring, you mean the pool in front of the Warbod statue? Yes, that. The water in there was dark red. And when I say dark red, I mean blood red. Oh, that? Yeah, I saw it too. You did? Yeah, the High Priest's blood turned it red. What? No, that's not what I meant. The spring was red before he was killed. What? Wait, so it was already red, even before the High Priest was killed? Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite, just before he passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says. What ancient legend? The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes, anyway. Hold on. Yes, there's a legend about the Inner Sanctum that says just that. But the water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it. Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off of the water. I don't think that was it, though. Ancient legend, huh? Wonder if it's connected to this murder somehow. She's already stained red, huh? Nick? Yeah? So, actually, there's one more thing. What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over at her benevolence like she's worried what Rafa will think. There's something I want to show you. There is? I found this at the inner sanctum after I came to. Is this a letter? It's in Koreanese. See that stamp on the far left at the end of the letter? Does it look familiar? Huh. This red stamp here, that's the mark of Lady Kira. Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead. Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that. Why, this is... What? What does it say? Do not perform the rite. I know what you are planning, Lady Kira. Do not perform the rite. I know what you are planning. It sounds like a threat, or a warning. Whoever's pretending to be Lady Kira was pressuring the High Priest to stop the rite. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too. Nick, do you think? Wait. First, there's that ancient legend. Spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. Now there's also Lady Kira's warning, plus with the Warvad dagger being eyed as the murder weapon. Don't tell me. It's like we're gonna have to get to the bottom of this. Don't tell me. You actually believe the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest. Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break. But you were saying only yesterday how it was more fun to believe that she's the real deal. Yeah, yesterday. Wish I could keep on entertaining that fantasy too. The fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus, my days of dreaming have come to an end. I'm going to keep it real from now on, and you should too, Nick. But you said I was the boring one because I was keeping it real. Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument we always have. I think you mean ladder, Maya. So what do you mean by keeping it real? Oh, so you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right? Oh, you mean the rebel hunter Lady Kira in the papers? Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably sent this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abbott and me was slain by Lady Kira? You nincompoop! Eek! The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves this kingdom, and it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot would never slay the High Priest. Guess it's only natural for Princess Rafa to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that. Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place? I haven't figured that one out yet. I rest my case. Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the High Priest after he ignored their warning. You big dummy, you can't fool me. It was you who forged that warning letter. You were trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred Lady Kira. Admit it. No, I never do such a thing. Now, your benevolence. Let's try to remain rational about this. Maya, did you show that letter to the police? No. I was afraid that it would anger everybody needlessly. So I was waiting to show it to you, Nick. Judging by our benevolence's reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... There are a number of places on this letter where there are 3 holes in a row. Huh. Are these supposed to be some sort of a message too? Not that we'll be finding out anytime soon, I suspect. Alright, accused. Wrap it up. I guess they have more questions for me. Yeah, at least I have a better idea of what we're up against now. Nick, there's something I've been meaning to say. I don't need a lawyer this time. What are you talking about? It's just, you know, they have that Defense Culpability Act here in Khura'in, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, you'll be charged with abetting a criminal. Maya, thanks for thinking of me, but don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we? Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know? True, but I've been through one trial here already, so I know what I'm getting myself into. We're going to win this one, no matter what, because I believe in your innocence. Yeah, I know. You've always won because of your faith in me. That's right, so it's all aboard the Phoenix Freedom Express. Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later. Bravado will not save you tomorrow, and by then it will be too late to ask for mercy. We're going to beat this charge. You'll see. I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken, but I don't like the sound of that Phoenix Freedom Express one bit. Wait, don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to. Ah! Of course I know. Do not presume to know what I do not know. I'm no closer to understanding why someone would want the High Priest dead. Given the use of the Warbod dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I'd say the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira is the real prime suspect. Might help if I knew a little more about this modern-day Lady Kira. Wonder if anyone has any info on them. Maybe the first thing I should do is to go someplace where locals like to gather. When all else fails, go gather more info. I guess the bazaar is as good a place to start as any. Now who should I... I see. So that is what a Freedom Express is. Insulting your pocket internet again, I see. Mr. Wright, that sounds like... Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Okunka, your benevolence. You mustn't trust in lawyers, you... Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be your guide, your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. We should stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash. But please forgive me, your benevolence, but Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man, and I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry, forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Oh. Mr. Wright, her benevolence is sunk into the ground. She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course not. Always glad to help. So what have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. They're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? People have been on edge recently, what with the jailbreak and stuff. Sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon. Escaped prisoner? Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. So there's a hardened criminal on the loose. That is bad news. Yes, but the modern-day Lady Kira is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. What about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like? Say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk is in the leader of that rebel group? Yes, the escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. Say the prisoner's a former soldier, and that he wields a big scary knife. A big knife, you say? He's a cold-blooded killer to boot. Maybe we have two other suspects. The police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. Prison at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How did it even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I'd like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? More information time. It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader, Dirk, who did it. The previous queen was assassinated. It's kind of unsettling. It was the terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen, only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. They really take their queen seriously here, like God-worshipping level serious. Okay. How much you want to bet that the guy who assassinated him, or assassinated her, this whole thing with lawyers is because a lawyer defended the assassin. And they were like, nah, he must have done it. But he actually didn't do it. And this whole thing has been a setup. I don't know, that seems like the kind of thing that would happen in this game. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. The Defiant Dragon Rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next? So that's why the people of Khura'in are so afraid of that escapee, and why they want the Rebel Hunter to take him out along with the other rebels. So is there anything else you can tell me about the Rebel Hunter, Lady Kira, Albie? I was just thinking there was something else, but what was it? Oh yeah, here. What's this? Shadow found it. Why, that's the Warbot arrow. Feeling better now, Your Benevolence? This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I am the Crown Prince of Khura'in. Or Princess, rather. Let me see that boy. Yes, Your Benevolence. Looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle. A three-pronged arrow? I swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadow find it, Albie? Near Abbot Envy's house. Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I better look into this. Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house? Yes, of course. Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? His wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the Purification Rite. Should probably talk to her, too. Well, no reason not to head out. So wasn't this where we woke up? Yeah. So this is where the High Priest lived. Wait a minute. This is where they brought me when my back gave out. And the woman in front of that altar. She must be the High Priest's wife. Can't examine anything else, can we? No. Excuse me. Yeah. Believe in me. I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Believe. Oh my, your benevolence. Please, be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. You honor me with your kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess has come to visit us. Yes, It's that? Oh, of course. She's talking with his funeral picture? My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbot Inmee? No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait until later, dear. She's definitely speaking with him. So, your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but can I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see. A friend of yours? So then, you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct? That's right. I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. Abbot Inmee and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Khura'in. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further. She did just lose the love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the Wupad arrow that I'll be found near the house. There's too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while? Barbed Head, have you not been listening to a word I said? Look, your benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind. Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, don't. Not in front of the royal priestess. Now, if you would excuse me. What the heck were they even talking about? You have but poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised. Just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt Miss Inmee. Could it be that you actually possess a conscience? Of course I do. I'm also desperate for information. So, what do you plan to do now? Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind. Just see that you do not touch anything you should not. Guess I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. It's this guy. That Justice Minister I met? Who's the woman in the picture next to him? She looks really important. Could she be the Queen of Khura'in? I guess we don't know. What show is this? It is the Plumed Punisher, Warrior of Neo-Twet. Pity Hero, the #1 action hero show in Khura'in. An entirely original show created right here in our kingdom. I'm not so sure about its originality, given its overall look in that theme song. Something the matter? Let's just have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. Guessing this shows why Maya's so into Lady Kira. Honestly, the theme song is exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. Yeah, it's a popular action hero, so you're right. Yeah, if you played the original game, you know all about this guy. DVDs and merchandise from the series as long as I've known her. The Plume Punisher seems awfully similar to the Steel Samurai. The Plume Punisher originated here in Kurain. Is that clear, Barbed Head? Yes, your benevolence. Note to self, never suggest that again. That doesn't seem familiar. Poster of the mountains. Oh, the Inner Sanctum Mountain is featured against those other towering peaks. 12 meters, huh? These beautiful mountains are known as the Roof of Kurain. And I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster. Mount Pony Pony, is that the smaller peak to the left? Known as the Little Sanctum, it is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty. Well, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. Is this a piece of art of some sort? A beautiful orb. Something the matter? Barbed Head, take one step back. Okay, done. Did you spot something? Yes, your dismal reflection is ruining the orb's beauty. Oh. Did you have to put it like that, your benevolence? Magnificent altar. Of course it is magnificent. It's the Holy Mother, after all. Holy Mother. Is she that faceless figure there? Such insolence. How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? You seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant? Sorry, it won't happen again. This is why lawyers are so despised. Listen well, depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Kurainism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like, and that includes the members of the royal family. Wow, now there's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know what she looks like. That almost certainly won't come up at some point. Looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. 3 holes in a row near the top. Huh. Have I seen holes like these before? Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You are a pitiful creature indeed. What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do. It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read? You are even more pitiful than I had thought. Thanks, and I will keep your words of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. I should have studied some Kurainese before I came. I mean, a little bit at least? The envelope was passed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I'd better hang on to it. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'm guessing that it was only punctured once, and it's just the way the paper is folded. What are these bullets doing here? What is this scary-looking spiky thing? It's a floor cushion for heightening a practitioner's mental oh. Ignorance astounds me. There's not a soul in Kurain who would not recognize this. A floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this? How else would you suggest it be used? It's like a torture device to me. Hello. It's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about. What? Let me see that. That's our ball. Oh, that's a rebel. Senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper of a foreign land, wanted for crimes against this kingdom, considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. Something wrong? Bounty is 3 million damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million damas. You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Unexpectedly? How rude. Aina has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I care for my people. Not sending some of that kindness this way. Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer and paid taxes to our kingdom, that is. Oh, well, it's worth a shot. Game looks kind of like checkers or chess. You mean to say you have never heard of Kachu Damal? Never fails. I've heard people describe it as Kurayanese chess. Two players take turns moving the pieces in a bid to capture them all. Not quite. In Kachu Damal, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Yup. Furthermore, this piece is a special move that can only be used once per game. Special moves? Sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. This looks familiar. Steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. Probably left it here while she was performing that rite. Biddy Believe has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that. Can't we wait just a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up. Oh, you're still here. Biddy Believe? Izumi, do you think you're ready to talk? Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Lady Believe, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it's quite all right. If my husband were still with us, he would say, as much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matter. Moving the poster up and down is a nice touch, I suppose. It would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may. Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, did Miss Inmi call herself lovely just now? Whatever you're waiting for. Ask your questions quickly, so your departure may be just as swift. Yes, of course. Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Is he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? No, I don't recall anything of the sort. This is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He is a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. Oh ho! These are psyche locks. This means Miss Inmi is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago. It has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something, and allows me to see the psyche locks on that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama to try and unlock them. Locking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone.
Take that!
You know, give it a shot. I don't know if we have everything yet, but then again, I don't know what else we're gonna do. Appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. It must mean Ms. Inmi thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little and see what happens. Ms. Inmi, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be. That would be Maya, would it not? No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. It's the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. I know not of what you speak. Really? Because she even made the front page recently. Wahahaha. I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I? Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott and me.
Take that!
This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it? How do you know Maya wasn't lying to you? Because I've never seen that letter before, and I doubt my husband ever did either. Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband.
Take that!
What's that? It's an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope? There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter. There is? Yes, and that proof is right here on the warning letter. I feel like I could point to any of them, but...
Take that!
The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. As for what made the holes, I believe it was... And that's why the arrow was there.
Take that!
They're made by this Warbot arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. You ready to tell me the truth now? Oh yeah, is there anything more about... No. Just that he's suspicious. No. His nose is different. It's not the same guy. I admit the warning was sent to my husband. He was not an insurgent. Why did you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect. We are a Kurayanist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Kurayanism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Kurayanism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public. Yes, that makes sense, but is the honest truth. What if the High Priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning? It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. We woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed. By the side of your bed? Yes, we had the whole house locked up tight, and yet someone still managed to slip in. It was so frightening, wasn't it, dear? But you didn't contact the police, because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel. That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Turrust would still be alive today. This is a little weird, but I'm gonna let her go with it because she's having to deal with some shit right now. Oh, lovely wife, no need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. Barbed head, that is quite enough. Yes, you're probably right. Mizunmi, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped. Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Barbed head. You seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion. I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. Only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about Adbidinbi would be Maya. I might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. My mother has said what? Seems I must go. Something happened? Yes, my mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted, too. How wonderful for you, Mizunmi. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. Barbed head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now come along. Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. Better let her have her way this time. Welcome, Lady Believe. This is the Queen of Kurain. What's wrong with you, barbed head? Show some respect. Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself? No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul, and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now that's what I call a commanding presence. So, you're the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, Your Eminence, I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintance. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. I overdo it. I have no idea how to talk to a queen. Oh, may the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. The Prayer of Lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father? So he's Queen Goron's husband. You planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You want to question me? That would be great. You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. Wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's going to be different this time. I got Khura'in's top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one, and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? You lawyers are all the same. Stretch your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? In a way, as Justice Minister, I'm going to enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, it made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me at the Goron administration are going to get just what they deserve. Especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here? Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Khura'in, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king. No, I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with lese majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it. But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind. And even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. Because you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say, White, you know what these are? No, what? Orders of execution. You really pile up if I start slacking off. What? And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are ya? Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I'll give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence. Are you done with the rite? Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. But this will help ease her sorrow, even just a little. So, you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khura'in, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. Seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Maybe she does. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. it's you, Nick. Why, are you okay? Questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence. But I have a small lead. Really? But right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Does she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh, Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Have it in me, a rebel? Beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright. Just raising the possibility. Will not listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? But think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the ride. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. This is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on. Something she wanted to, yeah. Since Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier, why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It's kind of a shock at first, though. In Kurayanism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power authority, then, in that sense. You can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it, too. Spirit channeling in the Kurain tradition was developed from a Kurayanist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Kurayanese. Maybe a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know. So spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Kurain, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya. I guess that makes Queen Garan and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the Master. What is this qualification to become the Master? Be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? Only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want? Yep. At least, I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. Once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I know there was an exam. To try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Maybe those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the Master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next Master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Kurain Village. It's gotta be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Is this going to be a thing that's going to be part of the trial at some point? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You've already seen the Plumed Punisher? You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was for Benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Kurain who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence, you're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I've changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Your sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. It's actually something I wanted to show you off to the both of you. Show off? I sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep. Ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. Especially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of the strap? Don't tell me you're a Plume Punisher fan too, your benevolence. No, of course not. Only little children watch that. Maybe she and Maya aren't all that different. No interest in such things, except she has to put more of a face on it, or a mask on it, and not let it show like Maya's been able to. Right. No, I'm telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So how did you get your hands on that, Maya? Found a kindred spirit and a Plume Punisher fan here in Kurain. Resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. By cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise? You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Kuraine's friend was so happy I got this one-of-kind strap in return. Guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Kurain. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. It's not just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go... Dun-dun-dun-dun. In the intro. Oh, Maya. Like I said, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Right, guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. Of course, whenever you have, you know, you've got to have a crossover episode. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things. Of nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? Leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Father is a great man with a gentle soul, is he not? Yes, well... Are you talking about the same person here? You too could become a man of upstanding character if you learned from his example. Sure, upstanding character? Him? I care little for that tone of yours. It is as if you do not agree. No, you have it all wrong. Why is my face always such an open book? Visited the accused a number of times already. Could it be you are smuggling in tools one at a time for a jailbreak? Of course not. Besides, you've been watching me like a hawk. Well, then perhaps you are cutting the bars in the visitor's room bit by bit. How on earth would I even do that? That barbed head of yours, of course. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Of course it is. I'm merely having a little fun here. Well, please don't have it at my expense. I'm mentally taxed enough already. Oh, okay, it's the same thing as before. I feel like we've got to be getting close to the end here. Getting late, it won't be long till sundown. That's right, your benevolence. You done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. Thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me? Yes, please allow me to help. Okay, first, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It's from someone claiming to be Lady Kira and told him not to perform the rite. That's right, it was that rebel hunter. But what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery... Right, I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. Might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all. Yeah, a warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. For benevolence. While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients, as a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Perhaps prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. The whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Khura'in. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. And if you don't prove her innocence, it really will be the last thing you do. And with that, we wrap up the investigation. I get the feeling, well, I mean, I guess it's always possible there could be 2 days, but, you know, the second case was also, there was 1 day of investigation and 1 day of trial, so I'm wondering if this is going to be the same way. I guess we'll see. But for now, I'm going to call it. Yeah, see, it says that, but I think it also said day 1, and I think it also said day 1 in the last trial, too. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed it. We are going to wrap up for tonight. Don't know when the next stream will be, but hopefully it'll be soon. Maybe this weekend. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and take care and good night.